Boom, baby, Morad Fiki. I am with Alizah Shahar from Tazzle Consultants, and she's gonna explain how she's been helping the community for so long and what you do exactly.
Okay. So I am a craniofacial oral myologist with a background in speech pathology.
Wow,
And so,
that is awesome.
And so what I do here is I work with the soft tissue of the head, neck, and jaw for swallowing and speech as well, but mostly for swallowing and TMJ.
Okay.
For patients.
What's TMJ?
The TMJ is this area right here. It helps open and close the jaw. Okay? So when there's issues with the tongue and there's issues with the way you utilize your jaw muscles, you start bringing tension to this joint here. Okay? So that
I felt that like my jaw hurts.
Yes.
Like when I clench
When you
too
clench.
much.
Yes.
It hurts.
But clenching, this is where you start to feel it. When you're clenching, it starts from the whole body. So we look and focus at this from a holistic point of view, from the whole body. Why? Because if you have forward head posture, when you're clenching and grinding, even during the day, your teeth are supposed to be apart like this. So when you clench and grind and your posture is forward, your teeth go forward.
Okay.
Like this. So
Okay.
Okay, so you're overutilizing these muscles. Now, part of those muscles too goes back into the tongue area.
Wow.
Okay, so everything is connected with that. And if you have an improper swallow, what you're doing is bringing tension, and we call it a reverse swallow. Okay, or a tongue thrust swallow where you're thrusting. Some people have a very pronounced thrust, and some have a slight thrust. And so I'll go into explaining what a thrust is. And that's when you're actually utilizing your tongue to chew.
Oh, okay.
So with your teeth, so it's almost like
I
a
hate
suction.
when people make that noise. That is so annoying.
That's the loud eating. Yes, they're utilizing that, and so what happens is when you're thrusting, you're also bringing tension to this joint.
Okay.
Here. Okay. So many people have been doing that for years and not realize that all impacts the jaw, but it also impacts the muscles of the jaw, which the three major muscles, there's 5, but there's 3 major muscles, pairs of muscles, which is the temporalis here. You have the masseter, your cheek.
You chew with this muscle up here?
This is all part of opening and closing your jaw.
Wow.
Yes, so when you have those headaches up here,
Yeah.
and when there's tension here, it literally pulls your body. This pulls your body. I always think about it, I explain it to people like if they're like Geppetto. So when you're utilizing your muscles improperly, and there's a lot of tension here, and you're using your shoulders, sometimes the shoulders are rounded like this, so you have a lot of pain here. You're almost like Geppetto, you know, moved like this. So if there's tension here, your body starts to shift to that direction. And it even impacts your hard palate too, and how your tongue is functioning as well. The body's connected, so if you look at it from one place, oh, I have a headache here, there's tension here, it's impacting everything.
Wow. Okay.
And then the tongue especially, because there's a connective tissue underneath the tongue, which can be what we call a tongue tie. It doesn't mean your tongue is tied, it means that your tongue is restricted.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
That connective tissue doesn't start at the tongue, it starts at the base of the skull, envelopes the tongue, goes down into your sternum, into your diaphragm. So your airway is impacted. This right here is the connective tissue. So pretend like this is the base of the skull, and this is your diaphragm down here, these 2 fingers, the skull and the diaphragm. So when you have a tongue tie, there's a restriction. What will happen if I pull down the middle? This is the tongue. These 2 fingers are gonna pull forward. So let's put it that way. So your head goes forward, and then you're not gonna be breathing and utilizing those muscles as much as you like. So you start to see forward head posture, anterior hip tilt, and those are some clear indicators of, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Okay. And then once it starts to release, what we do is some exercises. And this is one of the things that with the exercises, I have many people who come in here and say, oh, I read this on the internet. I can put the tongue to the roof of my mouth, look. And it's not a point of being able to do it in an instance, but it's daily, on a daily basis. Are you utilizing that tongue in the right place and with the right function? And with her, she actually had jaw surgery done years ago, and she was still having the same issues she had before she had the jaw surgery.
Yeah.
So when she came in, she has asymmetry of the face here, and as you can see her smile, when she's smiling, she's really putting a lot of tension on this upper area here, the upper, well, her upper vermilion, or the upper lip, and the cheeks here. You see the dimples.
Yeah.
To be able to just to smile, okay?
Wow.
So then, as we started before, she also had a tongue tie, and it was never diagnosed.
Okay.
Okay, and here, after a month, this was about a month of therapy. This was before the frenectomy, which is when we have a tongue tie release.
Sure.
And that is done by some of my referring physicians that are oral surgeons. And right here, as you see, the tension is very different. Lips, her lips are more horizontal here, and then her jawline is more symmetrical.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then after the tongue tie release, and I want you to look at also her neck here, everything is pulled forward.
Yeah.
Okay, so then after the tongue tie release, and this is all the same person, if you look at her lips here, she has more lips.
Wow.
She's not, look at her dimples here and here.
Wow.
Okay, and then look at the measurement of her jaw.
Yeah, it looks huge right here.
Yes.
Wow.
And she's more symmetry. Now, she's still in treatment, but this is what her progress has been, and this is over 3 months or 12 sessions. And everybody that comes through, it's not just this. We look at it, customizing it to what is going on completely. What is impacting this? Getting to the underlying factors.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why TASL is an acronym for TMJ, airway, swallowing, and lingual function. So we focus a lot on airway because that is actually the foundation to being able to move your tongue, keep the posture, have good jaw stability as well. So we change the patterns neurologically. And then what we also do is we ensure that you're breathing correctly. So this impacts, we work with a lot of patients that have sleep apnea, TMJ issues, jaw issues, open bites, under bites, going into jaw surgery, after jaw surgery, with braces as well.
Well, can you see if I have a tongue tie or if I need some treatment?
Yes, we can do that. I'll screen to see if you have a tongue tie.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, so I want you to open your mouth, okay? There you go, that's great. You're not utilizing your cheeks to open it wide, so that's great. No, we're not gonna open it wide like that, just like this. So I'm gonna take a measurement and see how wide you open your mouth, and we're looking at 60 millimeters, where 35 millimeters is the minimum.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Is the minimum, and that's borderline. Okay? But you're at 60 millimeters. Now we're gonna open your mouth again, and now I want you to lift your tongue up to the roof of your mouth. So right now your tongue is not touching, so I have to take a measurement as well to see what's the measurement of the tie. So that's what I'm going to do right here. Here. Okay, yes.
There's no way I'm gonna touch the top. I'm supposed to touch the top?
Yes.
Like my tongue touched the top of my mouth?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And not only that, your tongue, I'm also looking at what does your tongue look like. And right now it goes into a heart shape when you're lifting it up.
Oh.
Okay, so now I'm gonna have you open it again. And now I want you to touch the top. You can close the jaw to touch the top, like that. Right there, that's perfect. And now I'm gonna take another measurement. And we're at 28 millimeters.
Oh.
Okay, so I take—
It's hard.
Yes, I take the difference between 60 millimeters and then the 28 millimeters.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and then it lets me know that there's a form of a tie. There's a measurement for the form of the tie, how much of a tie it is. But you're looking at a level 3 because of the way you lift it up halfway. It goes beyond the bottom teeth. Okay?
Okay. Wow. That's super hard.
Yes. Now I'm gonna go into explanation of the tongue tie. So let's go back up. So what we're looking here is this fascia in here, and there's a tie right in here, holding your tongue down at the bottom. And fascia is connective tissue. It's not this, everyone. This little line right here, it's not that at all. Let's see. let me move this. It's not the little line in his, that's not the tongue tie. You need that. It's the tissue, the connective tissue that's on the side of that frenulum of that line.
So basically, I need to get rid of that tissue.
Well, you need to get rid of that tissue, but before that, you've created patterns with your mouth and your muscles to compensate for that restriction. So that has to start first before the release, because you will feel like a brand new tongue is in your mouth and you're not going to know what to do with it.
Whoa.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. That was so great. Is there anything else you would like us to know?
Yes, if you are unsure, you have some concerns with your airway, with your jaw clenching, grinding, or even if you possibly have a tongue tie as well, or you have swallowing issues, I offer a free 15-minute consultation. You can go to our website here, www.tasselconsultants.com, and you can book an appointment for a 15-minute online appointment with me, and we'll get started.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That was fantastic.